Hello, welcome to a rather smoky boat. I'm burning hardwood logs at the moment, firewood instead of coal, and it's just exposing the work I still need to just patch up the stove for. Just insane life, and if my life is insane and I have a big mouth, other people don't, I question how crazy your lives are too, and you just don't say, whereas I say everything. But a real challenge on a personal level to get over in any way what's been put on my plate today, yesterday, every day. Sorry, my mental health wanted to add a little bit of humour. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the movie Deadpool, where everything's funny and he just keeps on bleeding and getting shot and dying. That's the narrative to my mental health at the moment. They're trying to make everything funny. I could never handle humour. I don't get it when I'm in depression, unless I'm trying to make somebody laugh. But it is what it is. I have to deal with it. I've made the decision to be there for others in this world, because you just heard my life, and I've tried for the longest time to be there for myself, and yeah, it's really annoying that the way it keeps trying to force humour on me. It's just like, and my voice and my everything is just, it adds to the depression. It's unbelievable. But I'm trying to be there for others, trying to be sincere, honest, a good person. Trying to rise above my challenges. Again, the humour in the background, and it's just not funny. So I make a public request, can you just change whoever's controlling my humour at the moment, because it's just really depressing. Yeah, even I can't say a word without humour trying to be forced down my fucking neck. So I might have to get a bit angry in my speech just to be able to rise above it and come to a place of sanity and sincerity to life. Hopefully not, though. So I don't want this to be a long live stream. My problems are battery problems for the boat. To be honest, they're interdimensional problems, and there's no humour in that whatsoever. Reality problems, but those problems have been affecting my batteries. I have to find some used second-hand ones today, so that's my job for today. And as a result, I need my battery. Again, nothing's funny, and it tries to make me laugh. Smirk. It's been like this for years. It got boring a long time ago. as I said, it is what it is. It's not to stay there. Pardon the way I speak, I just say the context of my life first as an introduction. Helps me find a certain level of centeredness and presence somehow. So it's not going to be a long live stream. It's not going to be a long live stream. But what I wanted to touch on is the news. Something my psychosis has been trying to force on me for a while. And I just watch it with, I don't know what you would call it, curiosity, interest, inquisition, when you inquire, inquisition is it? Like a child that doesn't know, and because of the story being told, you appreciate the seriousness and implications of it. So I just watch this psychotic storyline, and I have done for the longest time. And I put on the news this morning, as I do most days, until I can't stomach it. I last about 4 minutes, 5 minutes most days. And they were talking about Ukraine and Russia again. And we know the news is false narrative to begin with. It's for the interest of the media companies. Then it's for the interest of whoever runs the media company, what their views are on the world. You don't even have to get into conspiracies beyond that. Elites and New World Order as such. You just have to be aware of how business works, and it makes common sense. So in that instance, the news, the narrative is always skewed to those interests. Then you've got God knows what censorship the government puts on it, for both good and bad reasons. You know, to protect the people, you don't want certain information getting out. But then again, what's the point of the news if it's censored? Then you've got how the news is presented, who the news is presented for. So by the time you put on the news and you watch it, it's really on a Richter scale of how much truth there is in it, how much is it designed for you as an individual, and how much you can digest and hear. And that's just in the first instance. You don't even have to think about that. But my mental health, my psychosis keeps trying to say to me, for instance, the story at the moment, Russia wants to invade Ukraine, don't want to invade, blah, 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 forces on the borders, talks around the table, cyber attacks, left, right and centre. My mental health keeps trying to say to me, Andres, it's not what you think. It's not a war. It's not a very sensitive topic where people have died and are likely to continue dying, given the numbers might be greater or lesser. But it was trying to tell me there's a different understanding to the planet. There's a different lighter problems. How many times? There's a different understanding from the collective psychosis as to what's taking place on the planet. So, for instance, we're experiencing problems on the first instance where it looks like there's tensions and looks like there's problems. But in reality, what it is a cover-up to hide the bigger story. And what it is a cover-up to hide a smaller story. And what it is a cover-up, not a cover-up in the terms of conspiracy, but cover-up in the terms of it's for the best of us as a collective. So it gets very wild from stories of like, oh, with the narrative that's being told to you is a lie because we're trying to heal the past. And the people have awakened, and where they've awoken, the spiritual law dictates that it's not for them to make changes to the world. It's for the children coming in who haven't awoken yet on a spiritual level. That's fine. That's a story. You've got other stories on a personal level for myself. You've got other stories on a world level that we're being invaded by aliens and or it's a distraction from the seriousness of the current coronavirus pandemic. So it gets quite complex, but they're all real things that you can't really rule out, except the one on a personal level for anybody else. Finally managed to get it alight and it goes out. So these are all the things my mental health keeps pushing on me. And I can the way I see the collective psychosis, it's like people are switched on, people are clever, people are spiritually awake, and they're abiding by spiritual law and staying stum. That sort of level of tone, that sort of level of awareness in communication that I receive within the midst, you know what I'm saying, of their everyday dumbed down lives. So I get this sense all the time. I don't know the bigger picture, but I question, what do you hear when you hear the news? Which one of those stories do you hear? Because I hear all of them and I listen to them and I say I don't know. And then what I say is, but yeah, I don't know that. But what I do know is that people have died. People are being killed. You're telling me that on a spiritual level, for instance, let's play out that storyline. We're so spiritually aware, we can't change the past. We have to go with the flow of energy, not to disrupt things. But on a spiritual level, you're willing to murder? You're willing to accept that your perception of reality is one of murder, is okay, just to heal the past? Okay. And I really do question it, because when I hear politicians speak, when I hear news presenters speak, it's like, so I'm just trying to figure out how best to chop the onions. They go in circles. It's like, it's for a reason. The murder is for a reason. The corruption is for a reason. The wrongness is for a reason. We're right for a reason. That's fine. But people are still dying. People are still suffering. The land is quite. And there's lots to. And I'll ask again.